Hey, what's up everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again, doing another discography countdown on one of my favorite bands. Today we're going to be talking about some technical death metal and Origin. These guys are some technical death metal from the USA. Admittedly, I am not a huge tech death fan, not these days anyways, but about 10 years ago I was into a lot of this kind of stuff, and Origin was always a band that I thought was at the top of this genre. I don't necessarily listen to this kind of music that much anymore. I like my death metal a little more in the old school vein, but nonetheless, I do like Origin a lot, and I'm going to run through their albums from what I consider to be my least favorite all the way down to my favorite. They have 7 studio albums, so let's just get right into this. Coming in at number 7, my least favorite easily was their debut, the self-titled album from the year 2000. This one just really has like a rough mix. It doesn't sound mixed right at all. The vocals aren't very good. Definitely not as technical as their later works. The songwriting's not really that good. I pretty much never re-listened to this album anymore at all. When I was doing this list, I did go back and re-listen to it, but yeah, my opinion hasn't changed. I don't really like this album. Some okay songs like Vomit You Out, Origin, Mental Torment. They redo that song later on a different album, and the redone version is way better. This one's just really slow and not very good. All in all, I can't give this album more than like a 5 out of 10. I really don't like it, and that's why it's coming in last. Up next at number 6 is their most recent album from 2017, Unparalleled Universe. Definitely leaps and bounds better than the debut. I only have this one coming in 6 because I like the other ones better. This is by no means a bad album. It just doesn't stand out to me as much as some of their other stuff. Some good songs on here though still. Infinitesimal to the Infinite. Dajjal. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. That's my favorite song on the album. It's a really catchy one. It's really good. Cascading Failures, Diminishing Returns. All in all, it's still a pretty solid death metal album. Probably only give it like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. It's not like amazing. It's not super memorable, but it's still decent and it's still worth a listen. Coming up next at number 5, the album right before that from 2014, Omnipresent. This one I do like better than Unparalleled Universe, but it's still not like the classic Origin album. It's decent. Definitely like a 7.5 out of 10 I would give it. It's still definitely worth listening to. Opening track, All Things Dead, pretty fucking right in your face, really fucking good. The Absurdity of What I Am, Source of Icon O. Just all in all, pretty solid death metal album. But let's get into the even better stuff. These next 4 albums are where it's really solid. If you've never heard Origin before, I would suggest you start with one of these next 4 albums. They're all really fucking killer. So coming in at number 4 for me is their second album, Infinitus, Inhumanities. This is like a completely different beast than their debut. They changed their sound completely, sped it way up. They got a new vocalist in. His vocal patterns are insane. He crams so many words into like short amounts of spaces. It's just really awesome stuff. Tons of sweep picking, just tons of fucking blast beats. I mean, this is where they kind of had their lineup set. Paul Ryan's been like the consistent guitar player from the get-go. He's really on point here. Mike Flores, the bass player, and John Longstreth, drummer. I mean, what can you say about Longstreth? He's been in so many great death metal bands like fucking Dim Mak, Angel Corpse, Hate Eternal, like you name the band, he's probably been at least like a session player or on tour with them. He's that fucking good. Blast beats are absolutely insane. Best songs on this album. This is the one that has the redone version of Mental Torment. Way better than the original. Larvae of the Lie is probably the biggest hit, if they have a hit, but the most well-known song on this album. Portal is really fucking cool. Awaken the Suffering. Just all in all, really solid album. Easily an 8 out of 10. But now let's get into even better stuff. Coming up next at number 3 from 2011 is Entity. This album's really cool because they had lost their second singer, and instead of going and finding a replacement, they just decide, hey, we can do this. So their guitar player and bass player just trade off doing vocals, and they don't even miss a beat. The vocals on this album are fucking amazing. Like, this album is really fucking great. I almost wanted to put it higher, but the other 2 are a little bit better. But this album is great. Opening track, Expulsion of Fury. Come on, absolutely great. Favorite song on the album is Saligia. Absolutely awesome. Consuming Death is another fucking good one. Banishing Illusion. That's a really fucking catchy song too. Just all in all, really catchy, crazy technical riffs. Really awesome album. And that's why I have it ranked so fucking high. Coming up next at number 2 from 2005 is Echoes of Decimation. This is their third album. Really killer stuff, very much on par, in line with Informis, Infinitus, Inhumanities, but I find the songwriting a little bit better here. Reciprocal, opening track is fucking amazing. The vocals on this album are just nuts. I absolutely loved this singer. He was only on their second, third, and fourth albums. I don't really sure what he's up to now, but he's just a great fucking vocalist that can get tons of words into small spaces. Like, go listen to Amoeba and actually read the lyrics and you'll see what I'm talking about. He says so much shit so fast and it's so crazy. It's like absolutely amazing death metal vocalist. The title track, Echoes of Decimation, is awesome. Designed to Expire, just all in all, really catchy death metal album. It's really short, it's like half an hour, really in your face, pretty much relentless blast beats, but absolutely awesome. Definitely worth a listen if you're into technical death metal at all. And that just leaves one album. To me, it's their masterpiece, and that is their fourth album from 2008, Antithesis. Antithesis. I don't even know how to say this. Antithesis. Whatever. I'm mispronouncing. It's in English. I should be able to pronounce these fucking words. It's not even a complicated word. I'm just an idiot right now. But nonetheless, I'm getting off track. This album is fucking amazing. Technical death metal masterpiece. Best songs on here. Wrath of Vishnu. Come on. That's so fucking great. Finite. They have a video for that one, actually. It's really fucking good. The title track is a really long epic to close the album. It's like 9 minutes, which is very out of the norm for Origin. Their songs are usually like 2 or 3 minutes. But this one's really long, and I like the approach on this album. They have some longer songs, and it really fucking works. It makes it a lot more interesting. The Aftermath, that's the opening track, really fucking good. Algorithm, just crazy-ass riffs, crazy songwriting. This is their peak, I think. They've never really quite matched it. But yeah, if you ever only listen to one Origin album, you've never heard them, go listen to this album. It's the best one in my opinion. You'll know just from this whether you're going to like them or not. Anyways, that's my list for today. Let me know down below what your favorite Origin album is. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Until next time, Hammer Heart Metal Reviews out.